What's going on, everybody? It's the Scene Snob here, and it is John Carpenter Appreciation Week throughout the site on thescenesnobs.com. So every show has a theme of Carpenter's movies. We did the 20-minute wrestling podcast on Monday. We had the A.T. White interview for the Scene Snobs podcast where on Sunday when he talked about his favorite, his director who talked about his favorite John Carpenter movies. The wrestling podcast we covered They Live. Yesterday, we did the Scene Snob reviews of Dark Star. Today is the Scene Snob reviews of Memoirs of Invisible Man. I'm trying to cover all the movies I haven't seen of John Carpenter's, and that's those two. Plus, someone is watching his TV movie he did back in the 70s, and The Ward, which I'm hoping I can get done tonight. And then I will put out more Scene Snob reviews for you. We're going to be doing Scene Snobs podcast, Married Movie Challenge. Everything's going to cover some kind of Carpenter theme, all culminating in a Carpenter-centric episode of our brand new podcast. It's a cult classics podcast called Behind the Box with the Video Store Kids. Myself and Rob Gocher are going to tackle different things throughout the cult classics genre of sci-fi, action, especially horror, because we're both big fans of horror. So it's a very genre-centric episode. A genre-centric podcast, so make sure you check that out. But this is Memoirs of the Invisible Man. I had never seen it before, and I finally got to sit down and watch it, and I want to do a Scene Snob reviews for Carpenter Appreciation Week. And I got to tell you, I really loved the effects in it for the time. I mean, this came out early 90s, and the effects that they did for that were really creative. And it's a creative story, too. And just to kind of read up on it, too, and to see how Carpenter kind of got into it. He hadn't made a movie in a while since They Live. He had a lot fall through, and I was reading about those as well. But then to just have, this kind of fall into his lap. Chevy Chase was the one that kept getting this rewritten. I mean, William Goldman was attached to it. Richard Donner was attached to this movie. Tons of people were attached to this movie. I think originally Ivan Reitman was attached to this movie. But people kept falling through, and then finally he approved Carpenter to come on and direct. This was Chevy Chase's trying to be more in a serious tone and get into more serious roles. And it would have been a good one for another actor, I think. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad movie, because it's not a terrible movie. I kind of enjoyed it, really. And I love the concept. And I really liked it as a Carpenter movie. But I feel because Chevy Chase was the star of it, it took away from it being a Carpenter movie. There was a lot of conventions and things that Carpenter uses that I doubt that Chevy Chase went along with. And I don't know what their working relationship was like. I know a lot has been said in the past that Chevy Chase was very difficult to work with. And supposedly he was very difficult in the process of making this because he really wanted to do it so much and it was his passion project. I would love to hear Carpenter talk about it more. I want to go back and watch some old interviews, but just from I don't want to take away from it, but it was a kind of a cool Invisible Man story, a take on that Invisible Man. Very different from the Claude Rains of the original, and still very different from the one that just came out by Lee Whannell, which I have not seen yet, but I cannot wait. Like, I hear amazing things. But it's a cool in the middle, I think. And I did like it. I just wish that it wasn't Chevy Chase. I think that took away from it. I think his acting style, as funny as he is in as many movies as he's been in where he's been really funny, his dramatic turn just doesn't do it for me. Like, I don't get excited for it. And I just didn't think he was great in the role. But I thought, like I said, the effects were really good. Daryl Hannah did a really good job. Michael McKean was good in it. Everybody did a great job. And even Chevy Chase did a good job. It's just that he added like an element that you see in a movie, like almost like an arrogance, really. And I just didn't really like that. Sam Neill's also in the movie, plays a really good villain. I thought they could have improved the villain a little bit more. They made him a little two-dimensional, where he's such a great actor. You could have made it a little more three-dimensional. Like he's maybe... I was just thinking about like him giving an impassioned speech of wanting to use the Invisible Man as a spy so he doesn't have to see any more of his men die, something like that. Like, and make him kind of a sympathetic villain. I thought that would have been really cool. But regardless, that's not what happened. But the movie is pretty good. It's a cool concept. The effects are really cool, especially the building effects. Like when in the movie, an accident happens and things, that's what turns him invisible and other things invisible, the building he's in. So you see the cool cutouts of the buildings. And it was really well done. I thought the whole cutout, the whole look, and how they kind of even everything out, like, it was just really cool. I thought the makeup effects when she puts makeup on him to kind of give him a face again was very cool. I was not a huge fan of the ending because I didn't feel like there was too much resolution. And again, that's, for me, it was like, I think that's what kind of took it away was, okay, if this is going to be your turn into a more dramatic role, he still added elements of funny, and I don't think they needed to be there. Like, the ending was played for almost kind of like laughs, and I think that took away from the movie. But regardless, I did enjoy it. You know, I thought it was a good Carpenter movie, and I thought with any other actor like Kurt Russell or something, it could have been a phenomenal movie. But I just think Chevy Chase took away from it a little bit. But that is my feelings on Memoirs of Invisible Man. I want to know what you guys think. So comment below or message me or hit me up on social media. I'm at The Scene Snob on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Make sure you hit like and subscribe here on YouTube. If you go to thescenesnobs.com, all of our podcasts are on all different platforms. You can go and listen to whatever one that you love to listen to and check it out. And let me know what you think of it. We are proud sponsors of Lost Weekend 13 Film Festival right here in Winchester, Virginia at the Alamo Draft House on the March 19th through the 22nd. 44 films, $40 for a weekend pass, or you can buy individual passes. Lots of festivities and such going on. They have a great menu coming out. So go check it out. You can get tickets on Alamo's site. We just found out that we got approved for press passes to cover New Jersey HorrorCon and Film Festival in Atlantic City. That's my home state. I'm very excited to go back there and check it out. And I've been following this convention for a very long time, from its humble beginnings all the way to see how big and awesome it's grown into. So we will be there covering it, and we're going to bring all that stuff to you on the site. So please make sure you come check that out. We have tons of shows coming up still. Like I said, the new show Behind the Box will be out. Pulling Focus, our 3rd episode, just came out yesterday. That's a filmmaking podcast about filmmaking movies. I teamed up with Brian from Skyline Indie Film Festival. So make sure you're checking that out as well. All the links are on thescenesnobs.com, like I said. So thank you for listening, and hope you liked it. More to come, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.